First of all, I am absolutely thrilled to be part of the CFest and of Vera, who is actually championing and trying to help international filmmakers to navigate their way into Hollywood. I think having festivals like those are essential because people need to get educated on how the business works. And I think so many times, unless you get the opportunity to speak with the executives on how the business works, it's very, very difficult to navigate those waters. And sometimes you can learn things in school, but if you have the opportunity to meet and ask the right questions, and this is where, places like the Sea Film Festivals, filmmakers have the opportunity to do that. It's so important. So, yes, it is a changing landscape, and, every year it's something different. What's been affecting the business has been the internet and the digital age. And nowadays, that's the best way for young talent, whether it's filmmakers, actors, directors, producers, to get themselves seen is through the medium of the digital age, which is the internet. And we always scout the internet for the new hit things, and agencies have even departments where they actually look at YouTube, they look at Facebook, they look at the social media to see, because this is the way for us to know how the audience will respond to the future production or a future film that is coming out, is the direct engagement with the audience. So a lot of money is being spent on P&A for studio movies, but when you're dealing with independents, you cannot afford P&A. So the best way that you can do it is by really knowing who your audience is. And that's why it's so important as the business is changing to become aware of all these new rules that are in the marketplace.
So have the questions changed? Do the questions need to change, or have the answers changed?
I think the questions are always the same, and the answers sometimes are always the same, because we all know that the number one rule in Hollywood is there are no rules. So we all try to answer to the best of our knowledge, but it's like making a cake. You have to have that special magic formula, and if you just divert and sprinkle something new, you can still have a delicious cake, or you can have a disaster. But the recipes always change. You can have the basic ones. So I think that the questions and the answers will always be sometimes the same, but also sometimes different. But I think we're all trying to find answers. I mean, even at the highest level of being executives in the business, we don't know it all. We are navigating the same problems that somebody who's just starting out is having, and we're all in this together.
What are some of the when you're looking at stories for your portfolio? What are you looking at that you're saying, okay, this is kind of what we see, and this is how we change in order to address this audience?
Well, we try not to follow the rules, because I just don't want to get stuck in the situations where make a horror movie because horror is in, or have a big, franchise films. Obviously, those are easier to set up. But at the same time, what appeals me personally is the fresh voice of what I'm reading, of what I'm seeing. If it's something unique that I haven't seen before, or it's maybe shot or written in a different way, then I will be interested. And the best way to get me is always within the first, 10, 15 pages, or the first, 10 minutes of the movie. So if you're able to actually, give me goosebumps or have me open my eyes wide, like, ooh, this is interesting, then you have me on board most likely. Or if not, you'll be able to have a conversation with me about your work.
Not everybody, I hate saying things like that. Most folks will tell you it's got to be something different. But how different are these things should they be?
I think it's not about being different, because nothing really nowadays is different. There's so many ways of looking at the same thing and doing it in 50 different times. So it's just being able to have an angle. I probably would say have an angle more than be different, because there is nothing really that is different. Everybody's trying to do the same things over and over again, tried formulas. So have an angle. I think that's the best way.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.